Hi guys, my name is Sarah. I'm an attachment style specialist, mindset mastery coach, and transformational hypnotherapist. I'm back today with another video. We're discussing your dismissive avoidant ex, and we're talking about when will they actually regret losing you. This is a continuation of a video I did about a week and a half ago on the dismissive avoidant ex, and did they actually move on? That was so popular, so I wanted to continue with a series. So I'm going to be doing 5 more videos on this topic, but variations of the topic. So we're going to talk all about what happens after you go through a breakup with a dismissive avoidant ex, because like 95% of my clients, or if not 100% of them, are going through a breakup or a divorce with a dismissive avoidant. So let us dive right in. Now, you think they're fine, right? They seem fine. They're reflecting this on social media. They're smiling. They're happy. They're laughing with friends, maybe even have a new partner, right? They're doing the things that maybe they talked about doing with you, and it looks like they're living their best life. And when you're in a state of grief, this can be absolutely emotionally devastating, especially as you're the one trying to actually heal and process what happened. So I really get it, guys. Going through a divorce with a dismissive avoidant, I get it. I understand. Not only have I been there, I'm going through it. It feels like you're the only one actually hurting. I can't tell you how many times I said that to my soon-to-be ex-husband. Like, I feel like you're not even in pain. Like, this isn't even bothering you. This isn't even upsetting you. But trust me on this. Dismissive avoidants simply do not feel pain the same way that we do. And they do not process loss or pain the same way that we do, or on the same timeline that we do. They delay it, they bury it, but they are not immune to the regret or remorse or pain. It just comes up later. It'll bubble to the surface much, much later. So today in this video, I'm breaking down exactly when and why they start to feel your loss, and why it often hits them much, much later than you think. Dismissive avoidants actually follow a very predictable emotional timeline after a breakup. They just don't show it. They're not showing it to you, to the outside world. They're not even showing it or revealing the truth to themselves. But if you can understand these stages, you'll stop obsessing over their surface level behavior, whatever they're putting out into the world, and you'll also stop blaming yourself. This is so important in your healing process. So I'm going to go through several stages to break it down. Stage 1 is the emotional shutdown. It's also the stage where they feel a ton of relief, because suddenly their attachment system is no longer pinged, and there's no longer another person, you, making really, I don't know, like powerful demands of them. Like, could you please spend more time with me? Really basic demands. I'm being sarcastic, but those basic demands that everyone would want in a relationship. But you're no longer doing that. So they don't have anybody begging them to do this, begging them to spend time with them, to stop being dismissive avoidance, and they get to really go into the whatever world they want to go into. So they're not showing this emotional breakdown. They're not showing the stages of how they actually grieve. But so they shut down. First stage is shut down. Immediately after the breakup, they convince themselves, I made the right choice. I've said this in so many other videos. I made the right choice. We are certain we're just not compatible. We're incompatible, and it doesn't make sense for us to be together. It's better off this way anyway. They're better off. I'm better off. Everyone's better off. The children are better off, right? Everyone. And they will just sort of put on this facade and this mask out to the world. But the people who know them best understand that this is just that. It's just a facade. So they'll stuff down the guilt, the pain, the sadness, the regret, the remorse. Everything gets shoved down and suppressed. Because remember, guys, to them, connection, even connection to their pain, equals danger. It's danger to their nervous system. They are actually in survival mode. So this isn't actually emotional strength. It's survival mode at its finest. It's a defense mechanism. It's not, do not mistake this for emotional maturity. It's straight up legit a defense mechanism. They don't even know they're doing it. That's how stealth the nervous system and the attachment system can be. Let's move on to stage number 2, surface level distractions. This is what you're seeing. So this then comes the distraction phase, right? New hobbies, maybe even a new relationship, new friends. And this is really painful for those of you going through this process. Let me be crystal clear on this. This phase is loud, it's flashy, it's obnoxious, it's annoying because it's shallow, because it's not real. They're trying to convince themselves that they've moved on properly. Oh, like in their mind, I truly think that they believe that they've moved on and that they've done all the healing work. If you're seeing happy selfies and party pictures and they're out and about, or they're doing things that maybe they said they would do with you, but you guys never did, it's not proof that they're healed. It's proof that they're running, that they're dismissing, that they're avoiding, that they're doing what they do best. Think about this for a second. A secure person doesn't get out of a relationship, especially a serious relationship or a marriage, and start dating right away. The people that are on the apps right away, like I haven't been on the apps for like a decade, but I was on them in my 20s and even early 30s. And let me tell you something. I can't tell you how many people I encountered that were separated and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm separated. I'm not divorced. What are you doing on the apps? Oh, and we might get back together, or we still have kids, or I still live in the same house. What are you doing? You have zero business being on the dating apps, trying to get somebody else mixed up in your chaos, your emotional dysregulation, and your inability to actually heal yourself. It's just so wrong on so many levels. And I can see it so clearly now looking back. And I'm really glad that I avoided those people for the most part, except the ones who lied. And then they're like, oh, by the way, I'm married, which happens all the time out there in the world. And by the way, I'm separated. Well, that's not the same thing as divorce. And I can tell you that because I'm going through the divorce process and I'm 2 months away from being officially divorced. I am not dating. I am not dating because I don't think it's healthy for me or any other person. And also because I want to make sure that I heal. The focus has to be on you in this process. That's what secure attachment does. It's not perfect. It doesn't get it right. But what it does do is it allows time to process and to heal and to grieve properly. You cannot grieve if you're moving on or trying to move on with another person. All that's doing is stuffing down your feelings, and you're avoiding actually your own healing. You're becoming an avoidant, and you're not allowing the actual healing process to take place. It requires you to sit with the discomfort and sit with the pain and actually work through it. Stage number 3, emotional triggers. Guess what, guys? Not even a dismissive avoidant can outrun their emotions forever. Ta-da! Because triggers happen. That's why when I work with clients, and I'm a hypnotherapist and I use hypnosis with every client, guess what? We don't just do one session of hypnotherapy. We do several. Why? Because I know you're going to go out into the real world. I know you're going to get triggered. You might hear a song or see a food in a grocery store, or you might drive by their house, or you might run into a family member or a mutual friend. Something is going to trigger you at some point along the way. And when that trigger happens, I want to make sure that we're reinforcing your healing process. So for dismissive avoidant, triggers happen to them. They cannot outrun themselves. They cannot even outrun their pain forever. So they might be on a date with a new person, and that person maybe has like idiosyncrasies that remind them of you. It might be that they're on a vacation and it's a place maybe you talked about going together, or maybe you had been together, and suddenly they're reminded, right? They're flooded with reminders of you, with memories of what was or what could have been. And it might even be that they see you moving on and truly living your best life without them. That can definitely trigger a DA. And it might just be, honestly, that they're sitting alone on a Monday night, eating a pint of Ben & Jerry's with Cheetos, watching, reruns of The Wonder Years. Freaking love that show, by the way. I just watched the whole season. Oh, it's so good. But anyway, realizing that nobody else gets them like you do. Like just going, wait a second, you know what? I had something good there. I had she was real, or he was real. And then having to sit with that and realizing that they're alone. What the dismissive avoidant misses most, this is going to hurt, guys. But I always tell you the truth. Tough love here. What they miss most is not you. I know that hurts. Guys, I've had to process it myself. What they miss the most is what you brought into their life. They miss the companionship. They miss the steadfastness. They miss the stability. They miss the routine. They miss knowing that somebody was there, that somebody cared about them. Because they were never, this is sad, guys, but they were never really cared about truly and honestly in their childhood. So they're not actually missing you. They're missing what you brought into their life. And that can be true for all of us to a certain extent. But those of us that are more secure tend to, or at least are working to become more secure, tend to miss the person as well. So I know that's hard, but it needs to be said, guys. I'm here to help you heal. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. So what happens when this trigger hits, or multiple triggers hit? The emotions that they tried to bury for so long, they tried to suppress or repress, they come rushing back at them like a damn freight train. okay, on a summer night. And what happens next? This is stage 4. They experience real regret. They experience remorse and regret. Regret doesn't hit dismissive avoidance fast, right? Remember, you've likely processed the breakup already. You've likely moved on at this point. This can be, guys, not just months. This can be a year or years later that this happens. So I want to make that really clear so that you're not sitting back waiting for them to come back. I never recommend that. I am not the get your ex back expert, and I will never be that because it's dishonest and manipulative and because it doesn't promote actual healing. This is a slow, very creeping, shadowy almost realization for the dismissive avoidant that they actually regret. They have regrets with losing you, with what maybe how they acted or maybe what they didn't do inside of that relationship. And this can take, again, like I said, months or a year or several years for them to realize. But when it hits, and it will, it's absolutely devastating and brutal. Why is it so brutal? Because they suppress and they avoid and they dismiss, they're going to have to not only confront the pain of losing you, but then what that's going to do is trigger all the losses that they've had up to meeting you, right? Or prior to meeting you, I should say. And then it's going to probably take them back to their childhood, and they're going to have to confront that to some degree or another. Now, to what degree they actually decide to go there, I don't know. Are they in therapy? Are they getting help? Are they reading the books? Are they listening to the podcast? Are they actually trying to understand what's happening to them? Maybe, maybe not. But they thought that they were avoiding the pain. Remember, they're like, ha. Remember, they're on a bit of like an ego stance of like, ha, I'm stronger. I'm stronger than them. I'm stronger than everyone. Look, everyone has emotions. I don't. I just move on. No, that's weakness. That's not strength. Strength is vulnerability. Not being able to open up is actually a form of weakness. So now they have to live with the reality that they pushed away something real, somebody that actually cared, somebody that would be there, that wanted to work through things with them, that was willing, right, to go to great lengths to make sure that the relationship lasted, to try to understand them and the trauma that they went through. And deep down, they may even have this idea or thought that it's my fault. Think about what that might do to a person like months or years later. Guys, I had an ex. Now I realize he was like extremely dismissive avoidant. And he came back 7 years later to apologize. And at that point, I was like, what? And he, of course, texted me from a different number. I'm pretty sure I still have him blocked from the previous number. But regardless, I didn't need the apology. You wouldn't either after 7 years. I pray that you wouldn't need it after 7 years. That was the amount of time it took him to process the regret, to understand the pain that he had caused another human being. 7 years, almost a decade, the better part of a decade. Are you kidding me? So think about that for a second. Now, listen to me for a second. Your worth is not determined by how long it takes someone to miss you or to value you or realize they valued you and your companionship and what you brought to the table. You didn't imagine this connection in this relationship. It wasn't all in your head. And you didn't fail them, you didn't fail you, and you didn't fail the relationship. You didn't fail marriage. That's not what happened. They failed to show up for you in a way that you needed. They failed to honor this connection. They failed to honor the marriage and the vows. And now it's their work to sit with that regret. It is not yours to fix. You do not need to throw them your lifeline. You need that lifeline. You're going through this pain. You're going through this process. You're probably in survival mode or fight or flight. You need your life vest. You need your lifeboat for you. It's not about saving somebody else. We cannot save other people. We can only love them. So think about that and let this sink in for a moment. And if you need to rewatch the video, you can check out my playlist on dismissive avoidance. But also remember, this is a series that I'm doing. So the next video I'm going to do is we're going to talk about the 5 signs, the secret signs that your dismissive avoidant ex is missing you. So if you want to know the early warning signs that regret might be creeping up for this individual, you want to make sure to check out this video. Trust me, the signs are always there. They're there. They're subtle, guys. They can easily be missed. You just have to know where to look to find them. So I'll see you in the next video. And until then, take good care of yourselves. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, there is a link below in the description box. Well, actually, I have my website. It's up live now. So I will link that, but I will also link my booking calendar. And you will book a 20-minute discovery call. And then from there, we'll decide if it's a good fit to work together. And I have so much exciting news coming up, guys. I'm launching my Patreon by the end of the week. So you'll be able to connect with me on that. Lots of amazing stuff coming on there. There'll be challenges. I'm going to have quizzes on there. I'm going to have written posts. And I don't know about you, but I love written posts. Like, I love them more than videos. I do the videos because it's what YouTube wants, but I love the written word, and I think there's magic in it. And I love to write and I love to share. So I'm very excited to launch that for you guys. There'll be several levels, very affordable, because I want to start creating other options for people who may not be able to work with me right now. I also will have an online group coming up in July. It's going to be fire. And if you're not able to do the live online group, there's going to be the option of purchasing the course and working it at your own time on your own schedule. So stay tuned, guys. There's lots of amazing things coming. And I'm so glad you're here. Take good care. See you soon.